Hello everybody, my name is Zul, and welcome to the Fallout 3 Mod Showcase. Today's mod, as with most mods that I have been covering, is a recent addition to Fallout 3. I'm trying to cover mods that are new to give them a bit more showcase, spotlight, whatever you want to say. Let people know that they exist and how they work. That was a terrible intro, but today's mod is not a terrible mod. That was a good segue. Other than the segue to the segue. Anyway. The mod today is a mod that increases the immersion to the game and adds a bit of realism. It has several features, and they all focus on an overhaul of the ragdoll, or corpses, in the game. So, it does it in several different ways, and I'm going to explain each of the ways here real briefly. It has increased the friction on every ragdoll, so they don't slide around like the ground is made of ice. They roll properly, and slow if you try and throw them around. The bounciness is pretty much completely removed, since corpses don't bounce around. This should slightly increase performance, which is nice. That's always welcome, especially in a game like Fallout 3. The limb movement on the mods has been improved as well. The range at which they can move and the ways that they can be moved is much more realistic, so it'll make the kills look a lot nicer, a lot more satisfying. The mod also adds collision to the player, something that I think is absolutely fantastic. So you're no longer phasing through corpses. If you kill a Protectoron or some sort of robot, you can actually stand on top of him. All of your glory. It only adds collision right now to the torso area because that would cause problems for limb dismemberment, but it is still an awesome feat nonetheless. The mod also has a slew of fixes to collision boxes, wrong values, limb errors, just tons of... It makes the ragdolls fixed, is basically the thing. And finally, it adjusts the weight on things. One notable example is the bloat flies that must be made of like dark matter or something, because no matter how strong you are, you can't pick up a bloat fly even though you could lift a fully grown human being above your head. So now that we covered the features, let's take a look at the mod in-game. So right now I don't have the mod installed, and we're going to take a look at a couple of different things. So if we look at Dave here, if we look at the way that he fell, we're going to have to compare that to the other way. The Protectoron, and where's my bloatfly? There it is. There we are. Oh. Right, so all three of those, we sort of watched how they fell, I'm hoping. Now I'm going to try and lift things. Now, if we'll notice, the bloatfly is exceptionally heavy. I can't really even lift it off the ground, even though it's really small. The Protectoron, I can sort of drag, and you'll notice it sort of will be a bit bouncy. It's a bit hard to tell, but it's pretty fluid. If I shake it around, it'll bounce. It's a lot less rigid than it should be. I should try and grab it by the legs, though, because that'll make it a bit easier to lift. Yeah. Ants, giant ants, are a particular problem when it comes to ragdoll physics in this game, as they have a tendency to clip in through things, especially rad scorpions, that kind of thing. All the insects have a tendency to clip into the ground when they die. It's pretty heavy, and if we take a look here in third person, I just walk right through all these. We saw how funny it was when our good buddy Dave here fell, and if we, oops, that's the wrong key, drag him around, he's really light, and he doesn't behave all that well. We can see he's sliding around on the ground as if it's made of ice. So not very realistic. And this mod intends to fix all of these problems, so let's take a look at it now with the mod installed. Alright, I have the mod installed now, so let's take a look at the same couple of shots again. So we'll shoot Dave, we'll shoot the Protectoron, and we'll shoot the bloatfly. Got some pretty cool combat music going on here. But as you could see, well, you might not have noticed it, it's a little hard to tell, but it did look a bit better when they fell. And if you notice the camera right there, there's actual collisions with the bodies. One of the best features of the mod that I think. You don't phase through things anymore. You still phase through the legs, but the torsos and such have a pretty decent collision box. And the weight of some of the creatures has been adjusted. If I could click on the bloatfly, we'll see that it is much lighter. It is, I don't know why you'd want to pick up these disgusting little things, but you can now because they're not weirdly the wrong weight. This protector on here, if we see it sort of, is a bit more adjusted in the weight, and you'll notice there's no bounciness to it. I didn't spotlight bounciness before because I couldn't lift it before, but it's not very bouncy. And also, if I sort of move it like this, you'll notice it's a bit more rigid. It's a bit more machine-like. The ant here is, again, lighter, and it has a better fix to it. I don't know how to explain it, but according to the mod author, it's less prone to colliding into the ground. So that's there. We'll sort of slide it along the ground here, and we'll see a nice roll. It's not going to slide, it's going to roll. There we are. And finally, our buddy Dave. He is actually heavier. Yes, he's a fully grown human being. Oops. Nope, I apologize for this. Yeah, but he is a human being, so he's a bit heavier than he was before. If I drag him by the legs, he'll be lighter, and that's the nature of this mod. And again, we'll see he's not sliding quite as far when I do that. He's not moving around as if the ground is made out of, like, ice or anything like that. And he sort of stops. Now, it's a little morbid looking at the mod this way, but it's the best way I could show it. It's a small little quality of life change to this mod, and from what I can tell, it doesn't affect performance. If anything, the change in the way the corpses works might actually improve performance, but I can't guarantee that. So, let's head over to look at how this mod is installed and go from there. Alright, so let's talk about installation. This mod's pretty easy to install, so you don't really need to watch the rest of this, but, I mean, come on, stick around. I mean, it's good for my channel if you watch the whole video, so please do that. It's easy, though. It's download with Manager. If you have the Ultimate Edition, you can go ahead and just download either of these main files. I chose the Collision version because I think it's kind of cool. But if you don't like the not being, like, you want to be able to clip through dead bodies and stuff, you know, you don't want to have, like, a Deathclaw die by a door and cause you to get stuck, then go ahead and download the No Collision version. If you don't have the Ultimate Edition, however, it's a little bit different. There is a bunch of different optional files. So basically there's the one for the base game, and then there's the ones for the DLC. So you'll have to download those individually depending on what DLCs that you have. But I'm not going to cover that because I have the Ultimate Edition, and I mean, come on, just get the DLCs. They're all pretty good, even that one in the simulation's okay. So yeah, just go ahead and download with Manager on that. I've done so. As you can see, we'll go over to mods, Ragdoll Overhaul. It'll ask to overwrite some files if you have March Mutant mod, and this is overwriting some skeleton meshes. Go ahead and click yes to all, and the mod is installed. Pretty cool. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this Fallout 3 mod video series thing. I don't actually remember what I called this series, and I know I could just re-record this, but that's work and I'm not going to do it, so I'll probably have said it right in the video, but recording this part now, I don't remember what I called this series. Anyway, not important. News. Okay, so thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of deal. Comment on the video, like, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff that I have to ask you to do. Just please do it. It really helps. But I'd like to talk to you about Skyrim. So Skyrim is the biggest game for modding, and as many of you know, I've covered Fallout 3, Dragon Age, and a lot of KOTOR stuff pretty extensively. But I was thinking about introducing a Skyrim series. I was thinking of doing ENBs, really detailed comparisons, let me know if you think that ENB coverage is a good idea. I mean, if you're watching this part, just comment on the video. Literally say anything and I will be so happy. But what I was wondering if I should cover ENBs. I think I could do a comparison, you know, this is what it looks like to vanilla, performance, something like that. Because I feel that'd be really useful. And I'm also going to cover how to install the ENBs in great detail. Because I know that every ENB is a little bit different, and they have a lot of requirements, and they're not the easiest thing to install. And I think a Skyrim series would be really good, but let me know if you'd actually like to watch that. I know there's a lot of big Skyrim modding channels, and I'm a little nervous to put anything out up against, you know, the behemoths that they are and the quality that they can produce, because that's what they do. So let me know. But anyways, enough of this. Been blathering for like almost a minute, so I've been Zol. Have an excellent day. However the music goes. Wabba. I don't even know what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. Bye.